book from the Bible. And some of them are real small. In fact, there's one that's only half a page. There's one book in the Bible, half a page. It's as small as probably Surah Al-A'la. You know Surah Al-A'la? It's smaller than that. Nobody memorized it. Not even in English. One time I had one person stand up and he was going to try to recite that particular page. And when he started, I said, wait a minute, excuse me, that sounded like English. He said it was. I said, oh, well, you see what I meant, the original book. And then he said what we all know. But it doesn't exist anymore. If it doesn't exist, how do you know it said it? How do you know what it said? If you only have translations and pieces of old manuscripts that nobody even knows how to pronounce, how is that science? And they say, well, it's not. Nobody said it's science. Oh, that's right. I forgot. Let's come back to Islam and look again. I want you to think about something. In the Quran, Allah challenges you to look at the things that He's created, and then He describes them in a way that nobody had ever described them before. Challenges you. Don't you see, He asks you. Haven't you considered, He tells you. And then He said, and He is the one, talking about Himself. Hu alladhi, meaning Himself, that He is the one who created this and that, and brought out food from this and that, and take something that's hard, like almost like a rock. A seed is like a rock. How? He asks you, how? And can you do it? Can you make a seed? I can make something that looks like a seed. I can. I used to work in industrial arts. I can make something that looks exactly like a seed. Same color, everything. But you can put it in the ground until doomsday and it's never going to change into anything else, is it? Here's another one for you. Take a seed, okay, and you hold it in your hand and look at it and tell me which way is up or down with the seed. Tell me. And you don't know and I don't know. So here's a question for you. It doesn't matter how you put the seed in the ground, does it? It always knows that this is up and this is down. The roots don't come this way and the tree goes that way, do they? Never. In the history of trees did such a stupid thing ever happen. It can't. So how is it these seeds always wound up exactly the right way? And they'll tell you, no, we know under their microscope that actually, that when it starts out, that even if it comes out this end, it'll turn and it'll come up. How does it know how to do that? How? Excuse me. And then they came out with this idea of, well, the soil is warmer on the top, and when the sun is out, so because it knows it needs the sun, so it goes in, it starts coming. They use the phrase, because it knows it needs the sun. Where did it get knowledge from? Tell me, how did it know it needed heat? Tell me, I didn't mean no. I mean, it was a reaction. From what? And by the way, next time you get a chance, take a seed, a good-sized seed, because you're going to have to work with it now, and take a knife and cut it open and look inside. Look in there and see, is there a small tree inside of there? Is it? No. So how does it know to become a tree? Take a microscope, look. There's no tree. You know what an acorn is? Anybody know what's an acorn? It's got the little cap on top of it. Huh? Take the cap off, cut it down there, open it up, look. No tree. Put it in the ground. Not that one, you ruined it. But put one in the ground. And when it starts to sprout, we already know, roots will go down, tree will come up. And you're saying, well, everybody knows it. No, wait a minute. Not only the tree comes up, how high will it go? An acorn is the seed that makes the oak tree. The mighty oak is one of the biggest trees. Not the biggest, but it's one of the biggest trees there is. Most common tree is this mighty oak. We used to have a joke about it, you know. We said, when you're tired and when you're blue, don't be sad. Remember, the mighty oak was once a nut like you. But anyway, I saw some of you have fallen asleep, so that's when I throw a stupid joke in there. If you fall asleep, you get more stupid jokes. Okay? Anyhow, so how does this tree know to get up there and go, and it gets so huge? And then what happens? Leaves. Wow. And then what else happens? More acorns. How many? One? Because after all, you only put one in there. How many will come every year? Tens of thousands of them. They'll be all over your yard, all over your car. They're everywhere. You can't get rid of them. You're like, get those things out of here. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. You only started with one. And you don't even know how it got here. You don't know how it works. And you want to tell me you're a scientist. Huh? Allah challenged you to do exactly that in so many areas. Did Allah tell us in the Quran about the Bahrain? Huh? I chose that because we're in Bahrain. It means sea. Bahr is, and Bahrain is two seas. It's where two seas come together. Yes? That's how this place got its name. And Allah tells you there's a place, and He's telling you to consider this. He's the one who made the two seas that come together, but they don't mix. They don't mix. They come together, but they don't mix. And there's two places on earth where there's phenomenal evidence about this subject. One is off the coast of South Africa. That one you can fly over and look at it. You see two seas come together there, and it's just like somebody drew a line just like that. They won't mix. The other one is where the Mediterranean goes out into the Atlantic Ocean. And what's amazing, you've heard of Jacques Cousteau? You heard about him? Yeah. Some people said he became Muslim. That's not true. But what is true, that he said he found an amazing thing. He wanted to make one of his shows about it. He's in the water all the time. This guy lives in the water more than a frog. He knows there's lots of stuff. But he discovered something, and he started outlining this and thinking about it. And where the Mediterranean goes into the Atlantic, there's this shape of the water actually coming like this, inside of the other one, and they don't mix. Two different temperatures. Two different densities, two different levels of salinity. I like that word. You didn't know what I meant, right? Salt water. More salt in one than the other. Huh? I read the dictionary every morning so I can give a new word, and you think, oh, man, Chick is smart. Anyhow. Check this out. Two different kinds of vegetation. The plant life on this side is not the plant life of this side. And if you switch it, you'd say, okay, put that one here, put that one over there. They die. And the animal life, the kinds of fishes and things here, they like to stay here, and these like to stay over there. But who told you about this 1,400 years ago? Who? Oops. Oops. Now you don't want to believe that anymore. No, it's, no. Okay, if you did that, then you're no scientist. In fact, you're actually a liar. Because we just showed you real truth, and you rejected it. And that's what Allah talks about in the surah, the chapter I'm talking about. There's one chapter in the Quran. It's about 78 verses or something like that, is it? You can look it up in there. But it's Surah Al-Rahman. Surah Al-Rahman. It's the chapter of the one who's the most gracious, the most merciful, meaning Allah. It doesn't mean it's Allah's chapter, because the whole entire book is His. But it's called Rahman. How many of you love to hear it? Well, that wasn't a fair question. We love to hear any part of the Quran, don't we?
78.
Huh? 78? Lucky guess.